How to master gene expression for MCAT Biochem. Imagine trying to solve a mystery where the clues are hidden in how cells turn genes on and off. That's what understanding gene expression is all about. It's like a control panel that tells cells when to make specific proteins. Mastering this topic is key for acing the biology and biochemistry section of the MCAT. Let's break down how to do it step by step. First, start with the basics. DNA is transcribed into messenger RNA, which then guides protein synthesis. Knowing this flow is your foundation. Next, focus on how cells decide which genes to activate or silence. In prokaryotes, this involves operons, which are groups of genes transcribed together. The TRP operon is a classic example. When tryptophan levels are high, it acts as a repressor, binding to the operator and stopping gene transcription. This feedback loop keeps production efficient. In eukaryotic cells, gene regulation is more layered. Chromatin structure plays a big role. DNA wraps around histone proteins forming nucleosomes. When histones are acetylated, the chromatin loosens, making genes more accessible for transcription. Methylation of DNA usually silences genes by blocking transcription factor binding. Transcription factors are proteins that bind to specific DNA sequences near genes. They can either promote or inhibit transcription. Enhancers are DNA regions that can be located far from the gene but loop around to interact with the promoter. Repressors bind to silencers or directly block transcription machinery. Corepressors can recruit enzymes that tighten chromatin, reducing gene activity. To prepare for the MCAT, memorize these mechanisms and understand how they work together. Practice questions that ask you to analyze scenarios where gene regulation is altered. For example, how does histone acetylation affect gene expression during inflammation? Visual diagrams are your friends here. Drawing out DNA, histones, and protein interactions helps solidify these concepts. Connecting gene regulation to real-world processes like cancer or immune responses makes the material stick better. Remember, focus on how cells use these mechanisms to respond to their environment. The more you understand the logic behind gene regulation, the easier it becomes to answer passage-based questions. Keep practicing with passages that describe gene expression changes in different conditions. This will sharpen your ability to interpret experimental data and apply your knowledge. By building a clear picture of how gene expression is controlled, you'll be well on your way to mastering this topic for the MCAT. Stay consistent with your review, use diagrams, and test yourself often. That's the best way to turn these complex ideas into your strengths.